Hey everyone, this is Melon Cakes. This is after I did the whole recording on things. There is one, this is a one-shots, of course. There's one of them in here that is like a pregnant one for Tamaki Amajiki. So of course technically that would be for someone who usually identifies as, she, her. But you can kind of use that in any sense you like. I just wanted to kind of put like a little kind of warning in the beginning. But now we're gonna go back into my normal intro, so yeah, here you go. Hello everybody, this is Melon Cakes, and I'm here with a couple of Tamaki Amajiki one-shots from Wattpad. I will link all of these stories down in the description. Let's just get into it. This first one is called Facetime Calls. So she fell down trying to ski? You laughed, telling your best friend Tamaki how your day went. It was currently winter break, so you guys were away from each other. You kept on telling your story, not noticing Tamaki wasn't even listening. Tamaki was busy looking at you, so he spaced out for a while. He admired how you would smile, telling how your sister failed at skiing. He admired your hair fell down your shoulders. He admired how your eyes shined brightly, filled with happiness. He admired how you were talking softly. He simply admired every little thing about you, falling for you more and more with a second. When he didn't notice, since you spaced out, was that you stopped talking and looked back at him. Hey, Tama? You said, and he shocked out of his gaze. Yeah, sounds amazing, he said softly, blushing a bit since he got caught staring. Are you even listening? You giggled. Yeah, sorry, I spaced out a little, he said with a shy smile. It's okay, Tama, you said, smiling at him, making the butterflies fly around in his stomach. You're so cute, he mumbled softly, not noticing he said it out loud. Aw, thank you, you said with a blush, and he got all flustered, realizing he said it out loud. He would simply do anything to make him yours, but he was too scared to ruin the friendship you guys had since middle school. He didn't want to risk losing you, his best friend, and his crush. So he just loved you from a distance, keeping all his feelings hidden, even though it was getting harder with the day, since he fell for you more and more with a second. When he has a nightmare. You slowly woke up from the notification on your phone, knowing it's Tamaki right away. You had a different sound for him, so you could know right away when he was texting or calling you. You slowly opened your eyes and looked at your phone, checking the time. It was 1 a.m. You got worried and sat up straight, picking up your phone. Hey, Tamaki, are you okay? You asked softly, hearing sniffs from the other side of the phone. Babe, what happened? You said. I had a nightmare and I can't sleep anymore, he whispered. What was it about? You asked. I lost you. Feeling got you, he said with a few sobs. I'm safe, don't worry, you said with a pout. Can I sleep at yours tonight? He asked. Of course you can, you answered. Oh, okay. I'll see you, he said and hung up. You pouted and grabbed an extra pillow for him. You heard a knock on your door and opened it right away, pulling Tamaki into a hug while he was sobbing softly. Shh, babe, it's okay. I'm here, you whispered, and he hid his face in your neck. You rubbed his back and whispered sweet things in his ear, making him calm down a bit. You guys walked towards your bed and you guys laid down and you put his head on your chest, knowing for a fact that he liked lying on there but was too shy to say it. Want to talk about what happened? He said softly and played with his hair. We were fighting with villains, but I wasn't strong enough and lost you, so they got you. He sniffed and held you tight, cuddling up to you even more. You gently wiped his tears away and kissed his head. It's okay. I'm here with you, right? I'm okay, you said, and he nodded. Please don't ever say you're not strong enough and You're stronger and try harder than anyone I know. I'm so proud of you, Tama. He said softly and kept playing with his hair, more noticing how he was completely calmed down now. I love you. You mumbled into your chest and you smiled. I love you too. I'm so proud of you. You whispered and kissed his head, noticing he was getting sleepy. You smiled and kept playing with his hair until he fell asleep. Walking you home. You know, Tama, I had a great time tonight. You smiled at him as you guys walked hand in hand. Yeah, so did I. He smiled at you. You guys came to the road where you guys usually split your ways. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. You smiled at him. It was pitch black outside and the villain attacks had been getting more and more lately. There was no way he would let you walk home all alone. I'll walk you home, he said nervously. Your house is the other way. It'll take twice as much time. I'll be okay, you said with a smile, and he shook his head. It's okay, I just want to make sure you're safe, he said, and nervously played with his hands. You sure? You asked him, and he nodded. Okay then, he said and grabbed his hand again, making him turn red at the sudden touch. You guys walked to your house, and you were at the gate. Thank you for walking me home, you said to him. No problem, he smiled. Text me when you get home, okay? You asked, and he nodded, looking at you. You smiled and gently pulled him in a kiss. He smiled against your lips and kissed back. You guys pulled back after a while, and he was all flustered. I'll see you tomorrow. You smiled and kissed his cheek and walked inside. He waited until he was sure you were inside and safe. He relaxed when you turned the lights on and smiled, starting to walk away. He had to walk 20 minutes extra instead of walking 10 minutes. He didn't mind though. You were safe and at home. That was the only thing that mattered to him. You find out you're pregnant. You walk back and forth in the bedroom, waiting for the test to be ready. You've been feeling sick lately and you missed your period, so you thought, why not take a pregnancy test to be sure? Now, Tamaki and you have been together for a long time and already live together. You guys actually talked about having kids and getting married as well. He told you he would be happy to have his kid one day, and that made you happy. The timer of your phone went off, meaning the test was done. You sighed, and your nervousness just got more with the second. You carefully look at the tests and read what they say. You took several different tests just to be sure. They're all positive. You start shaking and almost drop one test. You read them over several times to see if you didn't read anything wrong or something. But the test still said positive. You started thinking about how to tell Tamaki and get even more nervous, not noticing the fact that he got home. Babe, I'm home, he said after not seeing you in the living room or the bedroom. You quickly put down the test and washed your hands. You walked out of the bathroom and hugged Tamaki from behind, making him jump a bit. Welcome home, babe, you mumbled. Oh, there you are. Hi, baby. He smiled and you giggled. How was your day? You asked him, and he starts telling about his day. You drift away midway his story, though, thinking about how to tell him you're pregnant. Hey, babe, are you listening? He said softly, getting you out of your thoughts. No, sorry, I wasn't. I actually have something to tell you, you mumbled. You okay? He asked, getting worried, and you nodded. So, you know how we've been talking about having babies and everything, right? He asked, and he nodded this time. Well, I'm pregnant, you said quickly. You're what? Yes, you... Well, I'm pregnant, you told him. Wait, what? He quickly said. If you don't... You tried to say, but he cut you off before that. You're pregnant? He said, and you nodded. So we're having a mini you? He said, actually being happy. Or a mini you, said softly. Are you serious? He asked just to make sure. Yeah, I took 5 different tests, he said and looked down. Tamaki said nothing and hugged you. We're really having a baby? He smiled. Yes, we are. We really are, you said and snuggled up to him. Tamaki played with your hair and just thought about it. A little baby, he mumbled softly. Yeah, a little us. You smiled and looked up at him. You and me are really having a baby, he said, and realization hit him. He really was going to be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad, he said. I'm gonna be a mom, he whispered, and he teared up of happiness. I'm so happy, Wyan, he said softly. So am I, you said, and closed your eyes. I love you, Wyan. Never forget that, he said. I love you too, Tama, he mumbled and completely fell asleep. Kisses in the rain. Babe, it's raining, he smiled at Tamaki, loving when it rained because it was so calming. Want to go outside? He giggled and you nodded excited. Let's go outside and dance in the rain, you said, and got up and pulled him up as well. You guys were outside and it started to rain harder. You both giggled and jokingly danced around a bit. Well, more like you danced, and Tamaki just tried to make it look like he was dancing somehow. He was watching how you moved happily in the rain and how you would smile up at him. He smiled and thought about the fact that he thinks you're beautiful, no matter what, even if you're soaked because of the rain. Tamaki apparently stopped dancing when he was thinking about you, so an idea popped up in your mind. You gently kissed him. He was taken back by the action, but still kissed back. You guys made out in the rain for a bit, and you pulled back with a big-ass smile. I loved that. He smiled and blushed. Yeah, me too. You giggled and Tamaki hugged you, holding you tight, relaxing because of your warmth while you guys were slowly getting soaked. Should we go inside before we get sick? You asked him softly, and he nodded. Doing the dishes. You happily sang along with the song playing on the background while washing the dishes. Tamaki walked downstairs with a big smile on his face. He had just showered and was shirtless. He looked at you and thought about how lucky he was. You guys had been living together for a few months now, and he couldn't be happier. He walked closer to you, but you didn't notice since your focus was on the dishes. Tamaki smiled and gently hugged you from behind, making you jump a bit, but you relaxed right away, knowing that it's just Tamaki. You smiled as he nuzzled his face into your neck, taking in your warmth. You scared me, he said softly. I'm sorry, babe. He mumbled against your neck, making you shiver a bit. You noticed and placed a gentle kiss on your neck. You put the last dish away, blushing a bit when you saw him shirtless. I was too focused on the dishes that I didn't notice you were done with showering, he said. Yeah, I figured. He giggled and held you close, nuzzling his face into your neck once again. I love you, he mumbled, and played with his hair. Flower allergy. You checked yourself out in the mirror one last time, checking if you looked okay. You nodded with a smile and sighed nervously. You got this. It's just a date, you mumbled softly to yourself. You didn't have time to stress more since a knock on your door was heard. It was Tamaki, ready to take you out on a date. You walked towards the door and opened it, revealing Tamaki holding a bouquet of flowers. You smiled, knowing for a fact that he's allergic to them. Tamaki looked at you and blushed. Wow, Wyan. You look amazing, he complimented you. So do you, Tamaki, you said with a smile. He's dressed up nicely, matching with the bouquet of flowers he got you. They were your favorite flowers, and you were shocked he even remembered that. You told him when they were one time, almost 2 years ago. He remembered it. The day you told him your favorite flowers, he also told you he was allergic to flowers. I got these for you. I hope you like them. He smiled and held them out to you. His nose was red and runny. You grabbed them and smelled the pretty flowers. They're so pretty, Tama. I love them, thank you. You smiled and kissed his cheek, making him turn red. Not as pretty as you, he mumbled softly, hoping you didn't hear it, but you did. Come in, I'll put them in a vase, he said, and walked into your kitchen to grab a vase, with Tamaki behind you. You got them even though you're allergic. You smiled at him and he nodded. Anything for you, he said softly. You even remembered my favorite flowers, he said. Of course I would, he said. He sneezed. The poor boy couldn't take the flowers anymore. Bless you, you said, and quickly put the flowers in a vase. You went through all this trouble just for me, you said, and grabbed his hand, walking out of your dorm room with him. It definitely was worth it, he said, and intertwined your fingers. Okay, so that was a couple one-shots. I'll leave a link, I guess, to this, author for these, since they had, just a bunch of them that are in one of these things on Wattpad, so I'll just leave it in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day, night, evening, wherever you are. And again, thank you for tuning in and listening.